All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Bandit. Check 13. Check 13.
First carry for Darius Geis.
Go, run.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that run.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 48 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 3. Check 14.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Marquise Brown there to make the grab. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now. Out we go. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. First down, Murray. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll buy some time right. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. Ooh, the juke. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Geis, they'll try to run it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Yeah, let's get set.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Going deep for half, and that's caught inside the 35. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 47 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Let's go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Open man has got it. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see.
And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now Haskins to throw it. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Flushed out right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Play fake. Murray rolling to his right. He's got Evans. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Check 99. Check 99. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Here's Murray from midfield. That's the play to Zach Ertz. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and 2, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
5-yard pickup on the play.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. Give him 30 yards there. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
That's another Washington Redskins.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go,
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm coming after you.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the 2nd half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Mike, 58, right there. And let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball. Let's swing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
You must be getting tired.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. He completes it to Westbrook. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, don't fumble the football.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Here we go. Get the flag. Go. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Check.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out, and the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. We got 3 down. Check. Fresno.
This is Geis. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On the ground, it's Geis. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Watch the ship.
Shotgun handoff down to Geis. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Jones. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fakes and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on second down. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. Going deep for Hopkins. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll go again to Jones. They find some open field here. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the interception by the Redskins D leads to a touchdown. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Looking to throw on second down. Murray looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Murray now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Well, the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And he fends him off. Now he'll pull it down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out to his left. Yeah, he's going to keep it here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Ready, go. Hey, check. Ready.
Off the play fake. Murray. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marking up yardage against them.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Yep. How many niggas is in here?
Get 5 on 5, man.
It's 10 now, ain't it? Don't I make 10? Y'all know what y'all gotta do. Y'all know who y'all gotta call.